Welcome to another Mercedes video, my 2009 C200. I've got a couple of jobs to do on this car. So the plan on this is to change the front discs and pads, and it's something I want to get done before it goes in for MOT. And I also want to change the fuel filter. Now I've got the parts there. Got to be careful, don't want wind blowing away my wear sensors. So I'm going to tackle the pads and discs first. The reason I've got bonnet open in service position is the reservoir for the brake fluid, because obviously because the pads have worn down, it'll push the pistons out and the fluid level will have dropped. So I need to keep an eye on that as I push the pistons in to accommodate the thicker pads. So I'll get this one corner jacked up wheel off and then come back to you when I'm ready to take the caliper off. So as you can see, you're ready to take the caliper off, and I've stupidly forgot to find somewhere to place it, so I'll probably just rest it on. No, can't even do that. No, can't do any of that. I'm going to have to get a bungee cord to hang that up, so I'll come back when I've got something suitable. Right, got my bungee cord, so I can start taking this caliper off. First thing I need to do, try to push the piston in, and easy to do. Get a big screwdriver, there you go, just lever it in. Don't have to worry about trashing pads or anything like that. Let's have a look, see if I can turn that disc around so I can get a screwdriver in the groove. Oh, try this, like I said, don't have to worry about, there you go, it's pushing the piston in. And that'll give us room to get the caliper out. So, that wasn't too bad, at least the piston's not binding. But I've noticed when I'm driving there's a bit of a vibration at front brakes, so I think the disc might have ended up becoming warped. So to get the caliper off, it's a couple of 30mm screws, and a small impact will do that job. Just have a look, set that to undo, and then this should just come out, and there we go. Not quite simple. I think it's like somebody's put a bit of grease on these bolts before. Ready for the next guy, do the same on the bottom one. And there we go. So whoever did this job last has just made my life a bit easier, so I'm going to just set the camera down because I can't do everything one-handed. So look, I don't know if you've noticed, I've switched back to the GoPro because I'm still having problems with the mic on my DSLR. Right, now the other problem I'm having is I've secured the brake hose here, so let's have a look. Yep, get that out of the way. Enough. Thread my bungee cord through and hook it up on the spring. So it should be enough room if I pull, get this a bit further up. There we go, safely supported. I'm pretty much out of the way. So next job is to undo the caliper bracket bolts there and there. They're 18mm. I don't think I can get it with the impact, so I've got my 1/2" ratchet, and let's look. No, that's a 17mm, 18mm. I might not need the extension. Don't think I get in with the impact. So just that one's fighting me. Actually, I might be able to get in with the impact. I should break it loose. There we go. That bottom one's out with the impact. It's just the top one I can't get in. Oh, before I go any further, I'll just pull these pads out. And about 6 months ago, when it went into dealership for subframe replacement. I said there was about 5mm on them. I thought, well, there is quite a bit of meat on them, but it don't feel right. And as you can see can you see ridges on that pad? There's something not right, and there's a bit of a lip on the disc, so just replace a whole lot. And what I'll do, I'll measure the thickness of these pads. So if we go from there to there, the dealer said it was 5mm on these pads. There's actually more, about 6.5, I reckon. Oh, 6 point, no, probably less than 6.5. So a bit more than they said, but look, and they seem to be, oops, put them side by side, you can see they seem to be wearing quite evenly. In fact, if anything, there's a bit of a slope on there. That edge is thinner than that edge, so they're definitely not, that one's not wearing right. But no matter, continue on. Right, I'll see if I can get this top caliper bracket bolt undone. Hope you can see that. Usually don't have any such problems with GoPro. I said 18mm. And this top one could be fighting me. Yeah, I'm going to try to get him with impact again. Got extension, so no room. So just got to keep trying. This top bracket is fighting me. Right, I'm just going to pause it, and I might have to try a spanner instead. Well, I found a shorter extension bar, so there should be enough room now to get in with me impact. That's a hope. No, and that's not working neither. But it might help with the ratchet. I think I am on full lock, so I can't go any further. No bueno. Okay, I'm trying my offset spanners, my offset ring spanners. That might help. Just try a bit of a foot pressure. No, I'm not sure if that's going to work neither. No joy there, and it slipped. It just took that hardware off the caliper bracket, so nothing broken. I'd think of it sooner. There'll be extension. That'll give me a little bit more room to play with. I should still be able to get in. If this doesn't work, I'm going to try the 2-spanner method. Got an 18mm ring spanner, so let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is looking good. There we go. Simple as that. It's handy having loads of tools. You got something that'll end up doing the job. So, caliper bracket off, and to get the disc off, I'm going to need a Torx bit. That's all. It's probably, I don't think it's a 30, probably 25 or a T27. It was a T30, so it should come off without too much trouble. That's it. Take it easy. Don't go mad. Don't strip it out. There we go. Simple as that, and the disc is off. Just put that in the tray with the fittings. Get the new disc. We'll compare it. Yeah, it's definitely seen better days. And I can feel lip on it, so yeah, probably past the best. So here's a new disc. We'll compare it with the old, and they look to be the same. And go side by side as well. Oh, yep, it's looking good. That's the right part, so we're good in that respect. So putting it all back together is just basically reverse of taking it off. But what I'll do is I'll clean the hub up. I'll need to clean the protective oil that's on here, because that's bare steel, isn't it? Got protective oil to keep it from flash rusting while in storage till fitting. So I'll just clean that off. I've got a bit of brake cleaner. Well, I say a bit, I mean a bit. It's not be a right lot there. But get it cleaned off and get it all buttoned up. It's just reverse of taking it off. It is that simple. Probably clean the bracket as well. I'll re-grease these pins while I'm at it, and make sure it's all moving freely. And before I can put the caliper back on, I need to push that in. I've got my caliper piston kit here. Push that out. You saw it moved easily when I levered it with a screwdriver. I just need to keep an eye on the brake fluid level. It's low, so should be room for that. So I'll get all this put together and I'll come back. Just thought I'd bring you in part way through. Now I just measured these pads and they're like 18mm, so they're like 60%, well only 30% life left in them. And with the securing screw you don't have to go crazy tighten it, just send it home, don't tighten it. I greased the pins as well, greased these caliper pins. I just cleaned them, just wiped them off with blue towel, and just used normal lithium grease. And oh yeah, and the now the brake pads, they don't come with this hardware. I know in States, you know, shops like South Main and Rainman Ray, their pads usually come with this hardware, but it didn't. So I just cleaned it up and it can be reused. And I put a dab of grease on the ears of the pad, and I'll put a bit on the caliper when I come to reinstalling it. But like I said, they don't come with that stainless hardware, but it does come with replacement screws that are pre-coated with the red Loctite. I think these are 13mm. Yep, the 13mm. So I just thought I'd point all that out. Some people say use copper grease or brake grease. There's no real right or wrong. So I'll carry on buttoning this up. Okay, another issue I've come across is I can't use my caliper wind back tool because this gets in the way. So instead I've had to you know, go for the old-fashioned C-clamp, and that should do the job. It should push it in without any trouble. I've used these before. You know, before I had the caliper wind back tool, that's just popped out, but won't worry about that. So I think that's the last issue. Once I got that in, you're pretty much done. So that's this side all buttoned up, and I'll get the other side done. I'll do that off camera, probably go a lot quicker. So I'll come back to you when we're ready to do the next job. Oh, and don't forget, when you put new pads in, just push your pedal, operate your pedal a few times, and to expand the piston in the caliper, and you won't be losing your brakes on the first test drive. So come to this side. Guess what? There's a wear sensor on this side, and it's secured by an E12. So I'll just show you that. I'll just I should be able to whiz off with a little impact. So just, let's have a look at it. So in undo, just, and out it comes. Oh dear. This is not good, because I think I've done it. I've sheared the bolt off. Yep, I've sheared it off. What a bummer. Oh. But like I said, that's not a problem. I'll just cable tie that. That's not gonna be the end of the world. I'll have to try cable tie that in position. But yeah, that was an absolute bummer. If I get remnants at bolt out, I can get a cable. I can secure it with a cable tie, or unless I've got a bolt somewhere. But right, I'm not going to show that on camera, because that's not really an issue. I can get around it one way or another. But that says I might as well use one of those sensors I got, so I can should be able to pull that out. But I'll carry on off camera. Well, upon trying to get these pins out, they were seized in the caliper holder. So luckily that head is 17mm, so with the beast I managed to free them off. It generated a bit of heat. Now what I've done is I've put some double T down there just to clean it off a bit, but I'll be greasing these and putting these back on. But I'll just there's the pads. Look at the pads. That one, the wear is about the same as on the other side, but this one, I think I'd worn. Let's have a look here. I think they had worn a bit more, and still no joy with that sheared off bolt. So I might have to leave that. I'll just cable tie the wire on somehow. It shouldn't be a major problem. So I'll carry on. I think that's about it. I've got the disc on. I put copper grease on the hub surface as well. Hopefully that shouldn't be any imperfections. So it should bed in quite nicely. So I'll just keep on going. So that's that buttoned up. I'll need to burnish them later on, but I can do that later on in the video. But the next thing I want to do is change the fuel filter. Now I really should have changed all filters at the same time, but I was having other problems. If you remember that, the intercoolers down here were giving me issues, and I had planned on changing the fuel filter as part of that. So it's right here, easy to get to. It's just them funny clips, and for that reason I got these pliers. These are special pliers for doing these clips. You can also use them on like DPFs. You just unclip them, and they are reusable. So I'll just get the fuel filter and take a look here. That looks to be the same. So what I need to do is I need to move these. I think there's like a vacuum lines or something. Move these out the way. And this one here is going to be a bit harder to undo. Now I'm just going to put the camera down. It's not going to be easy doing it one-handed, holding the camera. So hopefully move it to a better vantage point. Hopefully the camera's not going to fall. If it does, I'm sorry. Let's have a look. Yep, push the tab down, and this should slide out. I might even disconnect this connector just to do it to give more room. So I've got a clear run at the filter, and I think I'm just going to have to. So no, it should come out there. That's slid out, and then with those out of the way, well, that gives me a clear run. Just move this hose as well. That should give me a clear run for the filter. So let's see which way these go. These go a certain way, they're notched. So you just that's it, you unclip that one. And then unclip that one. And then get my water pump pliers, which I had to hand. Push these clips back. Just got to be careful. I don't want to do any damage. There you go, just twist it and pull. And just move that hose out of the way. And do the same with this one. Again. Just twist and pull. And you can just push it the rest of the way. There's a couple of clips down here. Necessitates a flat bladed screwdriver. So this is, again, this should unclip. I'll show you there. There's one there, there's another one. And that filter should be free to come off. Yep. And that's our fuel filter liberated. And that's a Puriflux. So get the new filter and I'll do it down on the floor. Compare them side by side. Yep, they look to be the same. So that's good. It's impossible to get the hoses on the wrong way. They're different sizes. Right. Let's see. I hope you can. Hang on, just move your back. Fitting it's just reverse of taking it out. And that problem I'm going to have. But first, worry about that. Just put these hoses on, and then I can get the filter in the right spot. Let's have a look, turn that. Yeah, that's about right. And I've got to get these clips back in. And then with these trusty pliers, I should be able to clip these hoses back on. It's the first time I've done this, so it should. There we go. Click. You heard it click. And having right tools makes this job easier. I can put an Amazon link to these pliers. I can hear it clicking, but it's not going in. Let's have a look. I might have it wrong way around. Yeah, looks like I might have. There we go. Click. That's basically job done, but problem I'm going to have, because that filter's empty, I'm going to have to prime it. And that can be a pig of a job to do. But yeah, that's basically the fuel filter done. So with all that done, I've managed to bleed the filter, just cycled the key several times, fired it up and it seems to be alright. So time to go on the test drive and start bedding these brakes in. Oh, and the sun's come out, so I've had to put the rear bands on. Anyway, the idea of starting the process of bedding the brakes in rather than just taking it easy for the first couple of 100 miles, which is a good idea, is to go from 50 to 20 brake, from 50 miles an hour, start braking. I haven't used the brakes here, so I just try to be as gentle as I can, try to baby the brakes. But as I was saying, you go from 50 miles to 20 on the brakes and do that several times. So I'm on a suitable stretch of road. It's actually, you know, national speed limit in the UK, which is 60 miles an hour for a single carriageway road such as this, or 70 miles an hour on dual carriageways and motorways. So I'll get myself up to speed, make sure the road is clear, then just apply the brakes to slow me down to 20. So road's clear, I'm up to 40, so get myself up to 50 miles per hour, apply the brakes, let off at 20, set off again. I'll do it another time along here, might have to do it a second time. It down until I get to 20, set off again. Should be able to get a third run before I come to junction, so up to 15 miles, brake it, down to 20, and that should burnish the brakes. And I don't think I'll get another run in, but 3 times should be sufficient. But in the meantime, I will try to be you know, careful of, you know, just be gentle on the brakes. But the vibration's definitely gone. I had that before, you know, when I was braking from high speed, because you know, on the last run I did, I could really feel the brakes vibrating, and condition of that right caliper with the seized pins, no wonder. And the discs were absolutely past it anyway. I sort of knew that. I mean, the people at Mercedes-Benz were right to say they needed replacing. But, I usually leave it till pads have worn right down, but you know, it's a good idea to change them before you get down to metal, because you don't, you know, it's not safe, is it? So right, so I might be able to do another of those 50 to 20s, get up to 50. Slow it down to 20, off the brakes, yes. And there wasn't any pulling or anything, so right, I've done 4 of them. So that's the burnishing process done, and you know, these pads and discs should bed in quite nicely. And that's definitely a confirmed fix. Well, that's the end of this video, and quite a successful one. I got the fuel filter done, so hopefully it should run better. I know I should have done it earlier. And front brakes are sorted. It's due MOT in about 5 weeks time, so I'll be putting in next week. So if I hadn't done them pads and discs, it'd have probably failed, you know, that binding caliper carrier. As you can tell, I'm at my local Aldi, so part of my test drive was also going to Aldi on a go for mission. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. As ever, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.